This is you watching your weekly shows.
おはよう、お姉ちゃん。
And this is you when watching the weekly Attack on Titan. For the past 3 seasons, almost every Attack on Titan episode ends with me going, holy shit, what just happened? And then log into my Discord channel to vent out all my excitement and to discuss what's gonna happen next. Funnily enough, that is also how the anime and manga started. The first episode ended with a holy shit moment so big it shook the whole anime industry to its core, becoming the most popular anime in just a couple of weeks back in 2013. What is the magic that Studio Wit and now Mappa Studios uses still 9 years after its release to still have that holy shit moment from an episode to episode basis? Pacing. The magic word they use is pacing. Good pacing. In my eyes, perfect pacing. Maybe even the best paced series ever, I would say. Now, before we begin, let me first welcome you to the A&B channel. You can call me Count. First, I have to quickly connect all the dots for you and tell you what pacing even is. Dare I say, quickly enough before you can count to 60. If I manage to do it, promise you'll subscribe, okay? Pacing described in the book Story and some other stuff by Robert McGee is how quickly a story moves from an episode to episode basis. A very vague way to describe it. You see, episode to episode can be broken down into smaller compartments. The core parts being how beat to beat makes a scene, and then later scene to scene, which makes an episode. The smallest compartment, beat, is defined as action, reaction. Something happens, someone reacts. That's one beat for you. When the state or the value of how something is, normally a state of a character, when that is changed, you get a scene. Eren is crying, Eren gets a flashback, Eren is determined. There you go, bam, your scene. And the faster these scenes are created, the faster the story moves. For big stupid Titan head, that means faster pacing, down. When you think about it, think about just how much that has happened in Attack on Titan in just 5+ seasons. Just think about how many beats, reaction and actions we've had and how much Eren has screamed. And just how much information that has been revealed to us. It's like we can hold entire history lessons of the Marley Eldian race. In AOT, yeah, I use AOT, I'm cool like that. What I spoke of earlier, action, reaction and information. These two are deeply connected, since in Attack on Titan, the information not only makes the character react, but also explains the actions of those who withheld that information before them. Hell, in Attack on Titan a lot of action is taken just to get information. That's how Attack on Titan is structured. Information and action. Action, mystery. And it's also how AOT is paced. And it's hella fast. That is, however, not to say that fast pacing equals perfect pacing. No, quite the opposite in fact. The Omega hit in the early 2000s, The Sopranos, can also be said to have perfect pacing. Yet, it has a much slower pacing compared to AOT. It just really lends itself to a more character-driven and realistic story like for the Gabagoos.
Gabagoo, over here.
Similarly, the fast pacing in Attack on Titan helps to really elevate its biggest strengths. Keyword here being tension. The tension makes the actions, reaction and information forming these actions, oh, sounds like I'm rapping, have so much more impact and consequences. The reason tension being very high in the first place being because of the stakes. Please don't grill me. If you watched Attack on Titan, you know that when people make the wrong decision, they die. Like, a lot of people die. That's why every AOT episode that releases, you sit there wondering at the edge of your seat, questioning what the hell's gonna happen next. Action, mystery, and high stakes. These are the three things really getting elevated by the pacing. I would say, especially in the anime, this is where the focus lies? Whereas Sopranos is a very character-driven story and really go in depth to explore these characters and their relationship with each other. AOT instead is story-driven and has story-driven characters. AOT never lingers on a character. Either they are relevant or they die. Still, somehow AOT has managed to have many explored characters who go through changes and character development that can all be found in the interconnected and believable world it's created. It's like a fast-paced Game of Thrones. So how can AOT do both of these things in such a fast manner? Well, it does both at the same time. It feeds us information about the world with mystery and history, while at the same time introducing and exploring the different characters. Almost no characters in AOT is given screen time if it doesn't give relevance to the story. Think about Eren's training squad back in the third episode for a second. Almost all of them had some kind of deeper connections to the Titans or the story. If not, they are probably Eren's close friends, or they are completely removed from the story. In AOT, there's just not a lot of time spent with what you would call ordinary people. Chances are they either have greater importance to the story or is special in some kind of way. And if not, they are probably dead. That in some shows, like take for example One Piece, might be a weakness. In One Piece, the strength lies in how interconnected and how moving the world and its characters are. Having people randomly die off wouldn't fit the story. In AOT, it makes sense that Eren met 5 strangers who dies just 5 episodes later after they introduced themselves. Why? Because in the walls they are afraid of Eren, and because of that they lent him to basically a military suicide unit. And it makes sense when the stakes are raised when they die with the introduction of a new Titan. It all makes sense because of the actions of what happened before. That Eren's dad gave Eren the Titan elixir and became a Titan that fought other Titans, that people got scared of him and yada yada. That's how AOT managed to stage a scenario where we could learn about Eren's past, news of the Titans, how the military works, the survey corps, 8 new characters and their relationship with Eren, and a new plan to retake Eren's basement in just 1 episode. That's fast pacing. Really the only way we can be given information about both the world and characters so fast is by giving us the perfect first couple of puzzle pieces. It's like in the first episode we were just fed breadcrumbs of the actual story, and it was still so fucking good. What I'm trying to say is that my only explanation of how human could interconnect this so tightly is if it's all planned from the very beginning, making the author, Hajime Isayama, a genius. And that's elevated by probably the most epic music anyone has ever heard, banger openings, and what can only be described as animation nuts by the anime studios, combined with even tighter pacing, makes it even greater. And we're just here to witness these strings of heart attacks and emotions weaved together by author, illustrator, and anime industry working together, making it what this nameless YouTuber claimed it to be. Grant, I think his name is, and Attack on Titan, it's a masterpiece. Hey everyone, at this time of airing, AOT is going to its end. And according to Twitter, that end is not very satisfying or good. So hey, this is me before the scenario where I get disappointed or my view is changed in some kind of way. Mainly it's about pacing, and hey, what it has done so far is something that we can all appreciate. Speaking of, if you appreciate me or what I have done in this video, consider subscribing, liking and all that good stuff, cause that would motivate me to do more similar stuff, and honestly would make my day. Anyways, thank you.